There's a big bet on the turn. A check call. Okay, yeah, the 5's called a pot size bet on the turn, which was really bad. Another tournament starting up. This is a four-handed $11 buy-in. A lot of people don't like to mess around with these kind of strange tournaments, like four-handed tournaments. But the players usually aren't so great in them, so I've kind of been a fan. I've had some results. They're fun. Okay, we got Ace King suited on a 40 big blind stack. And there's a limper under the gun. Okay, whenever there's limpers, you gotta make your raise a little larger. So instead of making it like 180 here, I'm gonna make it 220. Basically, each limper, my raise will increase by about 40% or so. Kind of a general rule I'll tell beginning players is for each limper you want to increase your raise by the size of the limp, like an extra BB for one extra limper, two extra Bs for two extra limpers. That's a little on the light side, even though even though I did less than a BB extra. That's because I have position, but you could do maybe two. I mean, I could have made it anything here. I could have made it 300. Okay, we get 4 callers, which is odd. We flop air. We have a backdoor flush draw. Hopefully, we just get a free card. With the ace-3 suited, four-handed, there's a limper under the gun. I'll limp behind here, just play a pot. I mean, I don't really want to raise and get this guy committing a better amount of chips, because then these bad players just like never fold. Okay, the small blind makes it 60. I'm gonna call that. We have the button. We have a suited ace. We flop air. We're backing out. I don't like calling raises like that. But when it's this early in a tournament and stacks are so deep, it's fine. You can mess around a little more. I wouldn't really be making plays like that in this tournament with a 35-ish big blind stack. If you can hear that panting, it's because my dog's in the room. Ruby. Her name's Ruby. She's a good dog. So yeah, videos like this just basically don't exist on YouTube, so I wanted to be the first to kind of bring this poker real-time instructional videos to YouTube. Oh, aces versus kings. Never fun. There's some weird noises coming from outside, whatever. Somehow this guy's in there with ace-9. These players are not good. Said that a lot. I'm not gonna... There's no point in just continually saying how they play bad, but... So I'm not gonna do that too much. That's a given. Okay, we got ace-6 in the big blind off. I give this hand very little value. I'm always folding to a raise. He limps in, so we'll see a flop. And we hit the ace. At this point, we almost definitely have the best hand. I'm never folding to this bet, so we're gonna maintain position and just call. Raising's not so good. He could have a better ace or something. There's really just no point in raising. I mean, we might as well call and try to get more value. And most likely he has nothing. He's just betting because we probably don't have an ace since we didn't raise pre-flop. Okay, we hit a second pair on the river. At this point, I don't put my opponent on much of a hand at all. He probably has like 9-8, just some random hand. So we're checking behind. A queen hits on the river, and he bets over pot. Wow. I think he has Jack 10 here almost all the time, which is sickening. He could have King 6 or something. Let's see it. This is pretty sick. I'm gonna call just because he might be a terrible player or something, but if he's at all a decent player, it seems like he's played fine so far. I mean, I gotta put him on Jack 10 here, but we're gonna pay him off. Okay, he had Jack 6. That's really odd to bluff over the pot on that river. I guess he just thought I could never call. But, yeah, we can't fold there simply because he might be a bad player, and that kind of turned out to be the reason why we won the pot. If he was like a well-known player, that's just such an odd bluff. Maybe I'd give him credit there. It's hard to say. We got 8s over here, and we get 3-bet big. We have position. This is just sort of not the spot I want to play. I'm going to be folding. It's kind of tight, but its 8s just aren't that good in a 3-bet pot. Even in 4-max, we can find better spots than that. He's not 3-betting lower pairs. He's 3-betting all higher pairs and a lot of high cards too. Even with position, I just don't like that flat. I think 8s just aren't in that range. If I had 10s there, maybe I would have flat, and better I would have... I guess I would have 3-bet. Yeah, I'd get in jacks there. Maybe 10s. Not 8s, though. Okay. The set ships that pot. You got ace-5 suited on the button. This is playable if it folds to us. Okay, we're going to take a note on D, Joel. That, just that he overbet the pot on the river, and it was a bluff. That's an odd play, and it's noteworthy. Okay, this is an $8 tournament. Beginner. Let's find out a little more about it. There's only 13 players in it right now. Blinds go up every 12 minutes. Twice as many places paid because it's beginner, so not good. We just go for first, so it doesn't really matter how many places get paid. But I mean, nevertheless, it's a really easy tournament, so it's good. Kind of variance destructor. You know, you can always get good finishes in tournaments like this. T90 Hold'em seems to be playing active. I have played with him before. I think he's not bad. I think he's pretty solid. You definitely should have like at least a pair here. Bobo could have just hit the flush. Could have an 8. He overbets the pot on the river. It's easy to say that he might have had the flush draw there. Okay, we're raising King Jack. Four-handed, you gotta be raising when you're not in the blinds. We completely missed the flop. Too much would be calling a c-bet here to c-bet, I believe. Any king, queen, jack of diamonds might, ace as well. Yeah, we're not interested in this pot. Okay, we all have a flush. If anyone has a diamond higher than 6, they'll win, but no one does, so we chop. Okay, there's a limper and we have jacks. I'm gonna make this 85. I would have made it 60 if there wasn't a limper, but I'm making it 85 since there is. It's an ace high flop, so we're gonna c-bet 120. He makes a raise to 300, so we gotta give him credit for the ace. Continuing with this hand is just super spewy. Notice I fold the weak ace in the small blind. Just raising there is, I just think it's spewy. If the big blind calls, you're just c-betting air like so often. You're always out of position. It's best just to fold and move on to the next hand. It might be a marginally plus EV raise against a weak opponent, but there's just so many better spots. This guy seems to be raising a lot. Yeah, we're folding. This is probably a spot where a lot of marginal type players would call. You end up spewing a lot of chips post flop in a lot of situations. There's most likely a better ace out there. Really, the only thing I can get strong value from is the flush draws.